Hey guys, this is Karan and welcome back to my channel. It is such a pleasure creating fresh new videos for you guys, so it always helps if you like my videos and subscribe to my channel. A huge shout out to all my friends and members at Watch Enthusiast India, which is India's fastest growing and largest watch collectors platform online. You can join the group in the link in the description box below for all the informative and fun discussions and also updates about our events and deals. In 1889, the Desco von Schulthess company was already a big major trading name in the Swiss Jura Alps region. And after decades of successful operations, they decided to enter the watch manufacturing industry. In 1960, they purchased a watch assembly factory in the Swiss Alps, where for many decades they assembled and distributed high-quality watches for a lot of major watch brands. In the middle of the quartz crisis though, the founders of the parent company realized that the future was coming up fast and the need of the hour was to develop their own watch manufacture. And therefore, Maurice Lacroix was born in 1975. Their motto is "Success is a journey, not a destination." And their designs and products are surely guided by that chain of thought. The way they are targeting new generations of watch collectors and the way they are building their brand are exactly the way a watchmaking powerhouse should be setting things up for the future. Let's talk about the brand's biggest blockbuster, their Mona Lisa, the watch called the Aikon. I'll come to the obvious comparisons in due time because this watch deserves some careful in-depth analysis. This model measures 42mm across and is made out of 316L surgical grade stainless steel. The case has a three-part construction. You have a brushed finished mid-case with high polished edges and a bezel with multiple facets. The top side of the bezel has a vertical brushing matching the mid-case, broken beautifully and equally by 6 high polished bevels that provide a nice contrasting look. The bezel then flows down onto the mid-case through the polished angled sides. The last part of the case is a steel case back. When we come to the dial opening, we are met with a sapphire crystal with an anti-reflective coating on top. I wish they had some coating on the underside as well, because the crystal does throw off some reflections at certain angles. The blue dial though is magnificent. The uniform clou de Paris finish sets it off at every angle, and the high polished faceted hands provide good contrast and excellent time-telling legibility. The cardinal markers at 12, 3, 6 and 9 have double batons, while the rest of the hour markers are single batons, all of which are surrounded by a minute track. All the hour markers and hands have luminous material, but frankly this lume is quite weak and leaves a lot to be desired. There is a framed date window with a white date wheel on the 3 o'clock side. The brand's M logo is applied right under the 12 o'clock marker with the Maurice Lacroix brand name and automatic printed on the dial. On the 3 o'clock side, we have a large but size proportionate screw-down crown with enough machining and details to provide a secure grip and precise turns without any grittiness. The crown's top surface has the brand's logo embossed and finished in high polish. When we look at the case profile from the 9 o'clock side, we are surprised by the slimness of the whole watch. It has a thickness of only 10.8mm despite carrying a full automatic movement inside. Coming to the signature segment of the watch, the integrated bracelet, we see that the links flow down from the case quite beautifully, and the 5-link bracelet has a uniformly brushed finish on all links. Only the outward slanted edges of the links have a polished finish. This, in my opinion, makes the watch a little more wearable as a daily driver rather than being all flashy and blingy. The bracelet ends in a butterfly deployant clasp with half links on both sides to give you a better fit. The links can be sized via push pins, and there are enough removable links to give every owner a good fit. Turning the watch over, we see the quick release spring bars that can be used to remove and replace the bracelet with the extra rubber or leather strap that comes additionally in the set. These pins are a little sharp due to the size, but quite easy to manipulate, and removing the bracelet is quite convenient like this. Lastly, on the underside we see a steel case back held in place via screws, in the middle of which is a sapphire display case back through which we see the ML115 caliber, which is basically a Sarita SW200 automatic movement. That name inspires confidence, and we know that the brand is backed by a good movement. This also means that the watch has a power reserve of 40 hours and is easily serviced should it face any problems. The movement, while quite industrial, has enough work done on it to be unique to the brand and the watch. Overall, the watch has a lug-to-lug distance of only 47mm, and this is how it wears on my 7.5-inch wrist. The Aikon range is available in multiple dial colors and now also available in a unisex 39mm case size with a lug-to-lug length of only 44mm. Perfect opportunity to get a his and hers set of watches and enjoy the hobby with your better half. People may call this the budget Royal Oak, the entry-level Audemars Piguet, the poor man's offshore, but there is a hard-hitting grain of truth to this brilliant move by Maurice Lacroix. All comparisons aside, an integrated steel bracelet sports watch with enough design cues to stand out at 1/10 the retail price of an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, I think this is an absolute winner. Now this brings me to a final word about the Maurice Lacroix brand. Today we see a brand heavily focusing on off-the-shelf movements and inspired designs so as to play a solid and strong game in the entry-level segment. But deep down, they are masters of innovation and have patented over 12 unique calibers and movement designs over the last 30 years. From skeletonized chronographs to retrograde calendars, from mysterious seconds to crazy collapsing hands. They have done some really cool stuff in the past, and these watches are rare, hard to make, and available only on special order at times. I think it's a truly phenomenal watchmaking house, and we need to give it a lot more attention in the coming few years. A heartfelt thanks to Maurice Lacroix and Ethos Watches for sending these watches over for review. Maurice Lacroix watches are available with Ethos Watches, India's largest chain of luxury watch retailers. You can always reach out to me on Instagram or WhatsApp DMs for a fine deal on these watches or just to talk watches. Thank you for watching.